Are you a prompting ninja or a prompt and pray kind of person? Well, if you're using tools like Microsoft Copilot, Chat GPT, or any AI assistant, you've probably had those moments where the results don't quite hit the mark. Maybe the tone's off, maybe the answer missed important details, or maybe it just didn't do what you asked. Well, here's the thing. AI isn't magic, but prompting it in the right way can feel magical. So in today's video, I'm going to show you a simple but powerful method to get better, clearer, and more relevant results from your AI. It's called the GCSE Framework, and it stands for Goals, Context, Source, and Expectations. And once you learn how to use it, you'll save time, reduce frustration, and get more value from tools like Microsoft Copilot and AIs. So let's get into it. The GCSE framework is a way of structuring your prompts so they give the AI exactly what it needs. No guessing, no fluff. It works with any AI, but today I'll show you real-world examples using Microsoft Copilot, since that's what many of us are using in the business world. So let's break it down, starting with the letter G. The G stands for goals. So what do you actually want the AI to do? Well, you might want help writing an email, summarizing a document, preparing for a meeting, or generating ideas for a marketing campaign. But here's where a lot of people fall down. They'll type vague things like, "Can you write this for me?" or "Help me with this doc." But that's not enough. AI needs a clear objective. So a much better example in something like Microsoft Copilot would be, instead of writing, "Write this follow-up," say something like, "Help me draft a follow-up email to a client who hasn't responded in 5 days, reminding them about our proposal." Now the AI knows exactly what you want it to do. Remember, be specific, be clear, and state your goal. Up next, C is for context. This is the background that helps the AI understand the situation. For example, who is this for, what's the situation, and why does this matter? So let's take Copilot example in Word. Say we're writing a proposal. Instead of saying, "Write a proposal about IT systems," a much better example with some context would be, "I'm writing a proposal for a dental clinic looking to improve their patient check-in process and reduce time spent on admin." That extra context gives Copilot a much better chance of producing something that actually fits your needs. Remember, without context, it guesses. With context, it collaborates. S. S is for source. Now, this one's really useful in Microsoft Copilot, especially if you're working across documents, emails, and even Teams chats. Source means what material should the AI use. So in Copilot, you can refer it to meeting notes, Excel or Word document files, emails from clients, or even SharePoint documents. So instead of asking something like, "Summarize our last client meeting," we could try something like, "Using the notes titled Q3 Client Strategy saved in my OneDrive, summarize the key outcomes and any action points." This then tells the Copilot where to look. It's like pointing your assistant to the right drawer before asking them to grab the file. And yes, the AI in Copilot can actually access the material if it's hosted in your Microsoft 365 environment. And finally, E. E is for expectations. What should the final output look like? How should it sound? What format should it take? For example, do you want a list, a paragraph, a formal tone, bullet points, or even a table? So let's just say you're using AI in a normal chat setting, maybe Copilot in Microsoft 365 Chat or even Chat GPT. Instead of just asking, "Summarize this article," we might say, "Summarize this article into 5 bullet points for a LinkedIn post. Keep the tone friendly and professional." That then tells the AI how long it should be, the tone to use, and what format it should be delivered in. Expectations help shape the response, so it saves you even more time because you don't want to have to go back, rewrite or reformat it later. So let's see how this sounds when we combine everything. The scenario is we're preparing for a client review meeting. Here's how a full GCSE style prompt might sound. Help me prepare for a quarterly business review meeting. The client is a private medical group focused on patient experience and operational efficiency. Use the team's meeting notes from their last review and their support ticket summaries stored in SharePoint to create a PowerPoint online with 4 slides, key wins, current challenges, performance metrics, and next steps. Can you see how clear that is? Copilot now understands what we want, why it matters, where to go and get the information, and how to format the result. And this kind of prompting leads to less back and forth and a much, much better output from the AI. Here's one more tip, and it's a big one. Even with a great prompt, you can always refine. Treat the AI like a junior assistant that you're training. You can follow up with things like, can you make that a bit more concise? Can you add more technical detail? Or change the tone to be a bit more persuasive? Think of it as a back and forth conversation, not necessarily a one-shot command. So, if you want better results from AI, especially Copilot, then use the GCSE Framework. Remember, goals, what are you trying to do? Context, what's the background or situation? Source, where should the AI go and get its information from? And expectations, what should the final output look like? Once you start prompting this way, you'll see a huge difference in the quality of responses you get. It will make AI feel like a smart teammate instead of a clumsy robot. So if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more practical tips on Copilot, Microsoft 365, and using tech to make your office work better. Let me know in the comments what your biggest challenge has been when using AI tools like Copilot or Chat GPT. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.